What's fucking going on?
That's the best we got. All right.
Close enough.
Hey, Fusco.
Yes, sir.
Should we welcome everyone to the Chanter Rant podcast?
Nah, fuck them.
Fuck 'em. There's only 6 people listening anyway.
Who cares?
Hi, I'm Josh. Welcome to Chanter Rant podcast. This is the world's worst bagpiping podcast.
That's what I heard.
We've proven it. Yeah.
Time and time again.
Time and time again, it's the world's worst. We don't talk about bagpipes. We don't talk about anything useful.
No, absolutely.
We definitely don't list enough results.
We certainly don't shit on enough judges.
Still an open wound. My name is Josh. With me, as always, is my faithful co-host.
That's me. I'm
Andy. And if it's your first time tuning in, I just want to give you the same warning that Rab gives everybody when he talks about us. It's a bit of a podcast with maybe some more adult themes and language. So if that will be too sensitive for your ears, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to turn away. And that starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck.
So we did it.
We're in. Well, we're in the intro. Yeah, we're in.
Yeah.
Hey, Fusco.
Yes, sir.
Now seems as good of a time as any. You know what really pisses me off?
What's that, Josh?
These goddamn motherfucking British bands and Irish bands and Scottish
What
bands
about Canadians?
thinking they're better than us.
Can you believe
It'll be the day before Independence Day when this comes out, and I'm going to be the first one to say it. America, fuck yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah! Woo!
Let's do it. So the whole, what are we going to talk about exactly? Why American bands kick ass? Is that what we're talking about?
We are going to talk about why American bands kick ass. But first, we need to, I think we need to declare our independence.
Oh, yes.
We need to declare our independence from British bands and associations. Because America. Hear ye, hear ye. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all pipe bands are created equal, and that they are endowed with certain unalienable rights regardless of geography, that among these are banter, sesh, and generally having a good crack. To secure these rights, the American pipe bands are instituted among bands deriving their powers from the consent of the governed pipe bands. That whenever any association or pipe band becomes destructive to these ends, it's the right of all American pipe bands, not the British pipe bands, worldwide to take the piss out of them and slam them on their shitty podcasts. And to institute new pipe bands and pipe band associations, most likely under the direction of someone responsible, like Joe Brady. Prudence, indeed, will have no place in any of these deliberations. All commentary will be somewhere between ridiculous and wholly offensive. And if you don't like it, go listen to the Big Rab Show.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Huzzah! And to talk about American pipe bands, we have a very special guest.
Can I introduce our special guest?
Absolutely.
As
long as you do it in a filthy and seductive manner.
Oh, well, let me put my seductive voice on. This is Angel Trump. Yeah, no, we have a very excellent, totally excellent special guest today.
That's about as seductive as a fleshlight connected to a fucking garbage disposal.
I know, right? No, we have a very special guest today. The pipe major of the Los Angeles Scottish Pipe Band Association and District Pipe Band, Colin Armstrong. Colin, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, you're a guy. Sorry. Colin Armstrong. Sorry, I got that. Somebody misspelled that.
You know, the spelling on the show notes is...
Somebody misspelled it in the show notes. I'm
It's incorrect. Yeah.
Thank you for taking me back to first grade, guys. I really appreciate it.
We're gonna fire Lucy the intern.
I was an A, so I was right at the top of the alphabetical list, and they did that to me for about 7 years running. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Fusco.
So, Colin, before we really get into the conversation about American pipe bands...
Yes, sir.
Are you still collecting royalties from your dad, Neil? And especially now that there's a United States Space Force pipe band.
Actually, I'm selling off moon rocks as we speak.
I hear that moon rocks make a great humidifying component to your chanter. If you just
is that what they're putting in those new chanter caps that we're using?
The new ones that people named Punjabi and Ahmed keep trying to sell me have moon rocks in them.
I have more Indian friends than on Facebook that trying to sell me shit than anything I've ever known in my life.
Fusco, those are robots. Those are not people.
Oh, jeez. Why do they always have Indian names? They must be people.
They're Indian robots, asshole. They can be both. You can
Sorry.
be Indian and a robot. God damn it.
Here I am masturbating to robots. I thought it was young Indian men.
Hey, as long as as long as the result is the same, I suppose you're fine.
That's true.
So-
Me cleaning my screen on my keyboard.
We're gonna chug through. We're gonna chug through a bit of news here, and then we have our topic of the day if we actually get to it. I don't know. We may not. Fuck them. We're not the fuck note vortex.
We're not the worst bagpiping podcast without reason.
Wait, we didn't get the moniker worst bagpiping podcast in the world by accident. I just want to let everybody know that if you're listening right now, you can review the show on iTunes or MySpace or Podbean or whatever the fuck you listen to it on. You can also send us emails, chanterrant@gmail.com. We may read them. We may play them on the show. We may use them to, destroy your life.
We absolutely will.
Yeah. And also, you can record messages to be played on air. You can like us on Facebook, Instagram, and the tweet space. You can check out the Chanter Rant store. This episode brought to you by the Chanter Rant store at chanterrant.com, where you idiots can buy the fucking shirts you keep asking us for.
More coming.
Yeah, more coming. Actually, we were supposed to...
Oh, ring the bell. Drink time.
Damn it.
Did it first.
Son of a bitch.
If you're playing the drinking game at home, whenever Josh rings the bell, drink, because we have rules. So we will point that out to you when that happens.
Yeah, you can also go to the stupid Chanter Rant store and get the stupid shirts that y'all want. The F.U. Joe Brady shirt's not out yet, but it will be coming out shortly.
It is coming.
By the time this podcast comes out, the F.U. Joe Brady shirt will be out.
I'm looking
And
forward to
the
that.
Team Babs Haterade shirt will be out.
I'm looking forward to that one as well. Oh, both good ideas.
And then other than that, just, if you have people that you know that listen to podcasts or in pipe bands and have low moral character, you should share. You should share the show with them and have them listen. Why not? What's the worst thing that can happen? But moving right along, we're fucking famous.
Let's celebrate, buddy.
Oh, we're celebrating. We're celebrating right now.
Colin
Hey,
can't hear this, so just pretend that there's music playing behind you, Colin. Very celebratory music.
So guess what happens? As it turns out, we're at 10,000 downloads on the Chanter Rant podcast.
Can you believe that?
At episode, which episode is this? 22?
2. Yes.
23? 22.
Well, this is 23, but 22.
This is 23.
Yeah.
So yeah, boom.
We did it. I don't know what 10,000 means.
I have
because
to
I have no reference point.
I have to assume that means that the Big Rab Show and Fuck Note Vortex has like 80,000.
Yeah, they must be way ahead of
Yeah,
us.
they must be way ahead of us because we're the world's worst.
But it's a nice round number, so let's celebrate it regardless.
Yeah, we'll celebrate that. That's good. Let's
Cheers,
check the
boys.
song before we get real copyright violations.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch out for that kind of shit.
We're talking over it, so we're okay.
But let's talk about past events. So, in the news recently, the San Diego Highland Games.
Oh, let's talk about the other one first.
You want to talk about
Because Colin was actually involved in San Diego Games.
I was actually there.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk about the
do ours
European Championships?
Correct. Yeah, let's do that one
You could
first.
do that.
Let's talk about the imperialist cricks
Over the pond, across the pond.
across the pond at the motherfucking RSPBA.
So in yet another corker.
We hold these truths to be self. I'm just kidding. Sorry, it's 4th of July, guys.
So shout out to our bro, Andrew Douglas, who flew over for Forez, the European champions.
In fact, he was going to be on the podcast the last 2 weeks, and then
For months now.
he keeps trying to be on the show, but he only wants to do it when he's jet lagged and or flying and or driving, and I refuse.
I beat him out. I beat him to it.
Colin has stolen his seat.
Colin has the
I stole
advantage.
the thunder.
He has the advantage of being in our same time zone. Isn't that a brilliant thing?
He also has the advantage of not trying to call in when he's driving around or flying.
Dude, I wanted to be fully prepared for this.
I'm
And you
so
throw
honored.
me under the bus with whatever you're going to hit me with here in about 20 minutes. I wanted to make sure I was fully prepared.
So honored that Colin threw his wife and kid out the door so he could do this.
well, I mean, in their defense, this is the only time he's allowed in the house. There's bagpiping things involved.
They're actually banging on the window trying to get in, and I won't let them in.
Dad!
But they're okay. They're swimming around in a pool. They'll be just fine.
If there's an emergency, he'll call the proper authority.
Speaking of that, the weather is about just as nice here as it was in Forest yesterday, right?
That's
For
what I hear.
European Pipe Band Championships.
Forest was supposed to be lovely.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And actually, it's so funny. This is one of the few times we actually get to report this quickly on any kind of a pipe band contest.
Because we're recording immediately after it happened.
We're recording immediately after it happened instead of when we usually record on a Friday. So, as it turns out, one of the, usual top 3 bands decided to finally win a fucking championship.
But what's interesting is also that a third different band won a different major. So now we have 3 majors in a row with different winners, which is always makes things are getting very interesting this year.
You want to know the best part about that is none of the winners are Field Marshal.
Absolutely. Although we do love them
Suck
as well.
it!
So Inverary won first place. This is pretty awesome.
I feel like we should start a pool. Like, we should have, like, the Pipe Band Fantasy League.
No, that already exists.
Is that a thing?
That's a good-
That already exists?
Pipes Drums does it already. Yeah.
Oh,
There's
well,
none in the bands, though.
Pipe Drums doesn't do anything well, though.
That's true, but they do it. So, did you hear I heard
Pipe Drums is like a lighthouse in the middle of a desert. It's very bright, but it's not much fucking use to anybody.
Kind of like Las Vegas.
Hi, yes.
Exactly. Colin, you have some strong opinions about pipesdrums.com. Do you want to share it with us?
I do.
Do we have Colin's?
We had a private conversation once about this.
Colin,
I'm sorry.
What's your
The Wi-Fi just broke up. I can't hear you.
what's your safe word, by the way?
Yeah, we need a safe word. So when we get to the wrong
Babe, no, the kids can't come inside.
Okay, that'll
Perfect,
be
now
it.
we know.
That'll be it. Yeah.
So, Colin, did you hear?
Babe, the kids cannot come inside.
All right, so we won't talk about pipesdrums.com. All right, so
No. We were talking about the weather, right?
Yes.
Correct. The
very,
grass in forest looked like
very
TBC
exciting,
Summerland.
very exciting topic of the weather.
oh my God, look at you referencing.
You guys would have had an advantage, I think, playing it for us if you would have taken the Unknown Pipe Band out there to play.
Why was it really
looked-
hot and fucking dry, or what?
Or was everyone else a service band?
I don't think that, I'm not sure. They're all. It looked like there was no water on the grass, and I think they've been experiencing a heat wave over there in the UK.
That's what I hear. Yeah, big time.
I think
couple
I'm gonna found a pipe and drum service band competition here in sunny Las Vegas,
There's already one
Yeah.
that exists in
and
Washington.
then the Las Vegas pipe band can go, and I mean
What?
the band that shall not be named can go.
So you're gonna set it up so we can actually win something?
And
Is
yeah,
that what
I
you're
mean,
saying?
the only way I'm going to set up so we can win is if it's essentially the equivalent of pistol whipping a blind kid. Like,
Oh, Cahill's not gonna be happy about these comments right now.
Get some fucking old smuggler and rock this shit out.
All right, guys. Cahill's Corner back again for the very first time with some comments on last week's episode where the boys got a little ballsy and decided to live stream over Facebook. Unfortunately, I was a little busy and only caught about 27 seconds worth of the show, but from what I saw when I clicked on was the Australian broad was on discussing how bad Josh's Australian accent was, and I couldn't agree more. I think we pointed that out during the episode, but her American accent was spot on and awesome, so enjoyed listening to that. I'm sorry, I want to do this in one take, but there's a weird fucking noise in the background, like Andy's masturbating. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's either a rubber ducky or he's jerking off in a chair that needs a little bit of WD-40. There it is. I'm going to let him finish. Moving on. Big Rab is awesome. It's pretty much all I got to say about that. Show kicks ass. Keep doing what you're doing. Love it. I agree completely with what Josh and Andy had to say about the MSR and learning a set within a certain time frame. I get that there's varying levels of learning throughout piping. However, Josh's analogy with the ability to learn a song after you hear it on the radio once or twice couldn't have been more accurate. My wife does it all the time. We'll get in the car, some song will come on I've never even heard, and she's singing it. I'm like, how do you know this song? Like, I've never even heard this before, and she knows it already. So clearly, the ability is there for people to learn things when they don't realize that they're learning. So maybe listen to more pipe music. The movements and the patterns become more familiar. I don't know. Maybe you're just a slow learner. Who knows? It's all good as long as you're trying. So just keep doing what you're doing. Tinfoil Hat Man made an appearance at some point. I think Josh went to the bathroom and he came on ripping on the bong. I think that he needs to quit drinking so much bong water because he was just batshit crazy on this one. St. Lawrence Kicked Ass was fortunately live streamed thanks to the Big Rab Show, which was awesome for us to be able to watch on this side of the world. I agree with Fusco that Police Fife are the band to watch. They've been steadily coming up the ranks and then cracking the top 6 and been there for a minute. And I think they're going to keep going. And nice to see them sneak into the top 3. I have a prediction and a bet for any of one of the 6 that wants to take this. I predict that Fusco won't get an ass tattoo. The bet is, and I don't know what you want to bet, but let me know, that he tries to get some kind of weak ass like temporary tattoo and like pass it off as real, take some kind of picture, show it on the live stream or whatever, that he's got this tattoo and it's going to be something that washes off, or he'll get some weak ass henna crap from Fremont Street or something, and then he'll be like, oh great, I can go wash this off now because everybody thinks I got my ass tattooed. But so I'm going to see if Josh will try to wipe it off of there if he does in fact show it with his tongue. If this is for Fusco as well, if you don't like service bands, which it's clear you don't, some policemen, some firemen hurt you somewhere down the line, then maybe they took you out to dinner, you had a really good time, thought you connected, and then they never called you. And now you're jaded against all service band players and anybody that's in the police, fire service, probably the military, like who knows. There's a lot of hatred there, and it boils over pretty much every episode where you take a shot at guys that are trying to get out and represent their departments, etc. I'm curious why, though, you continually recruit players from fire-based bands, police bands, service bands, basically, to join the band that shall not be named. So if you have an answer for that, I'd love to hear it. I'm sure you're going to concoct some cockamamie bullshit about why, but it'll probably sound like I'm trying to improve these players one at a time so that the service bands get better, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, I care because I want them to be better. It's going to be bullshit. That's all I got. Catch you bitches next time.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, does Cahill know that Cahill's corner is now Colin's corner?
Cahill, you're fired. We're firing you on the air.
We're gonna trump this situation. We're gonna fire him live.
I already
Completely unfair to Cahill. Cahill's probably doing a great job, I'm sure.
Cahill's work has been huge.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
We fired him. I fired him for Aussie Broad already. I have Aussie Broad's
Dude,
corner.
Aussie Broad kicks ass. Okay, so
we're going to talk about this or
yeah,
not?
so Forrest, Inverary won. Klaus Kelt wasn't there, so who cared?
Yeah, so they would have won if they played.
They would have won. They would have won if they would have been there.
Yeah, so
Inverary at this point is just making sure that any ferry that could carry Klaus Kelt over to Scotland or vice versa sinks.
Well, to be fair, Josh, they're not playing against each other, right? They're in 2 separate grades.
Well, Klaus Kelt's been playing up.
Have they really?
a couple times. Well, they have a couple times, yeah.
And the
they've
fun
won.
part is when they play up, they win.
Of course, they're not playing against Inverary, of course, or Field Marshal or anything, but they did win the one time they played up. And
I'm just saying, if Inverary wants to have a chance of winning, we should probably let Stewart out of that bus.
Well, apparently we let them out because they won. They did well. Did anybody hear the recording? I heard it.
I have not heard it yet.
Colin, did you listen to them?
Yes, I listened to it. It was great.
It was fucking awesome. Yeah, it was.
They were on point.
It was that.
I mean, when was the last time they weren't awesome?
Well, I mean,
That's a good
typically
point.
they sound like angels having sex. Like,
Have you guys seen that video of them? The whole chronological order of the Inverary Ascension.
Oh, fuck, that's a good.
Yes.
the
Ascension.
Ascension video. Yeah, it kind
That
of.
is an impressive video, isn't it?
I thought that I personally dominated the pipe band video market until I saw that and realized that I don't know anything about anything.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, starting from the scratch and they go through the years. I always like that video. That's a good motivator.
You know who will never have that kind of a video in recognition is Andy.
Fuck you.
Someday, man, it's gonna happen.
Well, you should take all the footage. Keep the footage together, Andy, because you never know.
Well, I mean,
Sky is the limit,
dude.
I'm already working on a video. It's just not called Ascension. It's called Priapism.
No, it's called Desert Sky is the Limit.
Oh god,
Dude, let me tell you, man, how many hard drives full of shit videos I have of Desert Sky Las Vegas Pipe Band, or the band that shall not be named.
dude, just set that on fire.
We've got the beginning part
we do
down.
not want to listen to that.
We just need the ending part where we do good at something.
I think that's what we're all looking for. Actually,
I still remember when I first met Mr. Armstrong, and
oh geez, here we go.
and he was doing clinics. He's doing clinics with us, and we sounded like a dog pound.
Babe, the kids cannot come inside.
I mean, I've totally forgot what I was about to talk about.
No, go continue on. It can't be that bad.
I remember these days. This was 2003
Those
or
were
4.
those were the days when you and I were just starting, boy.
Oh, I was very new. Very
Yeah.
new. It was Colin and Glenn, if I remember correctly.
Mr. Armstrong, what
Yes,
were your thoughts on these two idiots when you first met us playing pipes?
Well, that would have been with the aforementioned band that can't be named, but the previous name of the band that can't be named, right?
Correct. That's true.
Aye, yeah.
Okay.
No one's keeping track at this point.
So
All of
just
our
for but just
all 6 of our listeners are drunk.
all 3 hosts and all 3 listeners. Yes, we're good. What year would that have been, Josh? Just for 2004-ish, 5-ish?
That would have been about 04, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I remember. I was in college at the time, I think. And so you can imagine, like, oh yeah, come out to Vegas and teach a pipe band. It's like, well, who wouldn't say yes to that, right?
I believe it was you and Steve McGarity getting drunk for a weekend.
Well, and strangely enough, no males wore eyeliner in Vegas until you came back.
You started a trend back here, over here in Vegas.
It's a real trend now.
out there at Samstown. Yeah.
Well, more strings by Judith, but
This is a piping podcast, right?
Yeah.
yeah, we're talking
totally
about
lost.
bagpipes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about bagpipes.
We'll get back to that someday.
So, San Diego.
San Diego, yeah. We're digressing.
I heard at least 3 bands played. Okay, so here's my thoughts on San Diego.
Hold on.
I can't hold. If you're gonna do a
San
whole
Diego.
lead up,
Listen,
San
we haven't finished
Diego.
our SPBA yet. Look at this.
Fuck do you, what?
I just want to point out that our friends in Police Scotland Fife, again, top 6.
Cool. Okay, are we done?
Yep. That's
Thank
it.
you.
I just wanna
Okay,
mention
San Diego. Let's talk about America. Let's talk about shit that matters.
Yeah, because Colin was there and he actually knows something.
Because Colin knows what's going on.
And he's a judge that's not a cunt. Or at least not yet, anyway.
Awesome. Thank you for that. My family would be
actually-
awesomely proud of me.
You're a cunt in, like, the Australian way.
What?
Like we actually like you. You know,
It's
like,
a term of endearment in most
other
conversations.
countries other than us. Yeah.
You know, I think we should let everybody know it's a term of endearment.
Yes.
that's what we
It
mean
is a
by
term of endearment.
Colin, you're a good cunt, you.
Thank you. Thanks, Mom.
Okay, so here's my. I'm gonna pose some questions about San Diego Highland Games, and then Colin can fill us in because he was actually there. Only went up to grade 3 in band contests, right?
Yep. Yeah. So it's 5, 4, and 3, I think.
And we're like, what was the band turnout like? Because I am continuously fascinated by Highland Games and band contests that are in my backyard.
Yeah.
Just because, why don't we have more grade 1, grade 2 band contests?
There's no grade 1.
Grade 1 and
US
grade
for
2
one.
contests? Well, let's get to that after we talk about San Diego.
Okay, let's talk about
that's a
San
whole
Diego
nother-
first.
Yeah. So San Diego probably had about, I'd say, 5 or 6 bands probably in each grade. In maybe 5 or 4 bands. I think it was 11 total, so it was like 5, 4, and 3, something like that.
Mhm.
And when you're sitting there judging it, there's a lot of the organizations show up, right? So you get the band A, grade 5, band A's grade 4, and then you get 3 again. So it kind of all runs together a little bit.
Right.
So that's encouraging as far as the organizations turning up and putting out 3 different graded bands. right?
That's awesome.
So when you're sitting there judging it, it's sort of they do run together in my memory as it's in past tense. It was a weekend ago.
Were there any standouts to you?
Well, if I could just go to the top, the top grade that day was grade 3. I think it was very, hardly contested. You had Pasadena from here in Southern California, who is making a world's trip, right? I think they won the aggregate for the weekend. And you also had the Blandford Band, which last year got a prize at the Worlds in, I believe, 3A? Might have been 3B, I'm not sure. But so those two bands are kind of neck and neck. And then who's in third?
House of Scotland.
House of Scotland, yeah. So, Ross Naismith down here from San Diego, he's doing a great job with that band. So, the grade 3 contest was, tightly contested, as you were.
I was amazed that Cameron didn't just sweep, because Cameron just destroys usually Cameron Highlanders.
The Camerons, I think,
they're only in grade 2, right?
Well, they got a grade 2 now, and they've got the Camerons in grade 4. I think they were right there.
Oh yeah, grade 4. They won. Yeah, grade 4.
Yeah, they were right there. So I think the Camerons have a grade 4 and 5, and now a 2. So they kind of were. They're
I know for sure at the Highland Games that shall not be named. They
always do
destroy.
Well, Colin, I have a couple questions for you about this. Were you judging band contests as well as solos?
Yes.
Okay.
I was judging both.
Is this like, as the pipe major of the grade 2 LA Scots, is this like going to the grocery store for you? Is this like shopping for players? Is this how the judging works?
Oh my gosh. That would probably give me way too much credit, actually.
You're not even thinking that far ahead?
No, not at all. I think, they hire you to do a job and you want to do right by all the bands and call it like you hear it, because, I've been on the other end of it for, playing for all these years and I don't know. I think once you sort of start judging pipe band contests, you want to call it like you see it, or call it like you hear it, and and do right by everybody, because I've been there. I'm still there. I'm still playing, and we all want the judges to call it like you see it. I mean, that's just
also
how it is.
Colin, you're gonna come to the Chanter Rant Invitational Open Championships in Las Vegas, right?
Yes, which is when
we're having them at the. Jade Rhino, or
Spearmint Rhino?
Yeah, Spearmint Rhino.
Strip club.
It'll be April 17th.
So I can bring my wife and kids? It'll be totally fine?
Absolutely.
I think they have a free breakfast bar.
They have free babysitting as well.
Okay.
Some of the girls
totally in.
are set up for
my kids would love to see the rhinos.
Yeah.
And they love spearmint gum too. So isn't that perfect?
Oh, it's brilliant.
I still think we could do a Chanter Rant Invitational. It's an open contest, and then
Open meaning what?
Open meaning
open level or
open level. Everyone can come and
pros.
compete, and then whoever wins, we rename the show to their name. So it would just be the Colin Armstrong contest, the Colin Armstrong podcast. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Hey, I'm in.
What else we got to do?
He's one of the 6. He'll be fine. If we have 6 competitors, it's even better. we only allow 6 people to compete.
I think you guys could probably pull that off.
We just need funding. You know anybody?
I hear.
Did you say money? No, nobody has any money.
No, nobody.
We're talking about pipe band people. They don't have money.
Exactly.
Well, I hear all kinds of world pipe band winners are playing fucking G1 reeds that don't play G1 reeds. So I suppose we could hit them up for some money.
Oh wow!
90% of world pipe band leaders listen to Chanter Rant podcast and play G1 reeds.
The math does not line up between G1 and what's the other one? The Kloskow guy. What's his name? Colin, Chesney. They both claim that they're all playing the reeds. I don't know who's playing what, but
I feel like I need a kickback from Bruce for playing his fucking drone reeds.
Those drone reeds are amazing, by the way.
They sound phenomenal.
Are you playing the yellow ones with the black rubber band, or the
yellow and black?
Yellow and black.
Yes.
Dude, those are money.
Dude,
those are the good
they
ones.
sound
I have
phenomenal.
to say, shout out to Major Hitchings.
He's finally, after years and years.
It was so funny.
experimentation.
It wasn't even a thing that I thought about until we went over to play Worlds, and I heard how better the tone of the drones was with people that were playing. Some people were playing fucking out of 3 reeds, they were playing 2 of one kind, 1 of another
It's
kind.
very common, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy shit, I've been doing this wrong for years.
Well, we know that.
Gotta a la carte your drone reads, Josh.
Dude, I a la carte in my drone reads, and they sound like a fucking Sibian and a Ferrari right now.
Nice. I'm happy for you.
Actually, could that be the title of this episode?
Sibian and a Ferrari?
Sibian and a Ferrari.
I'm in on that.
It'll
That
get us
sounds
more
good.
clicks.
So a couple things. Let's get back to the San Diego Games. I'm curious. So I had a solo judge tell me this once, Colin, that on the West Coast, I'm not going to name his name, but
Thank goodness. Jesus. We can't have any more of that
the
shit.
quality of he's from the UK, but he lives here, and he said the quality of piping in general in the US is lower as compared to the UK on a level by level basis, grade by grade basis. He was talking to US, not Canada. So you're judging solos pretty consistently. How do you feel about like the levels? Are they similar over there, over here, kind of thing?
Well, to be fair, I haven't really done a whole lot of solos over in the UK, other than just kind of see the results, and I see the names that are over there competing in the solos. But those are like mostly the ones that are reported on are like the big contests, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So you see, and to be fair, I don't understand A, B, C. It seems like when they do the results from like the the gold Oban and Inverness,
Sure.
it seems like A, B, C. I'm not even sure.
I have no
who's
idea
in
what that means.
grade. I have no idea. I have no idea.
It's a fucking. I think they do that on purpose so that nobody knows what's going on, and they all
There you go.
sound
I
amazing.
honestly,
I don't think they know.
No, I don't. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm confused. The silver medal has A, B. Like, why is the silver medal? The silver medal is better than the gold medal. It's weird.
I think how it works is you play in like just generally speaking, from what I know, from what I've gathered and tried to connect dots right, over the years. I think you go and I think you have to submit a resume now. And
Right.
you are either, I think you have to be allowed in. Somebody's going to send you so much hate mail on this. Like, I can't believe that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But I think basically you have to sort of submit your resume to get into a certain level. And then once you win like the silver medal or one of the bigger contests, then you go up to the gold medal. And then, if you win the gold medal, then you go into a sort of a former winners.
Right.
And then everybody else is sort of hashed out in ABC. And I mean, C is still guys that are killer.
Still like it's still a pro level over here, right? C
yeah,
is still
exactly.
pro
So,
level, right?
it's really hard to sort of compare what's going on over there as far as the information we get. Because I would imagine there's a lot of local games. I remember when I was a kid, I think the first time I went to Scotland was when I was about 14. And I went to a couple of games, traveling around with my family, just showing up, without the band, without anybody. I was 13. Rolling up to the Ballader games.
Weirdo.
Yeah. And there was a guy sitting, as far as the American games go, we always have the table and the pop-up tent, and the whole thing.
We have the security to make sure there's no pervs.
Yeah, that's true. You do. And you have quails, or not quails, what are they? Peacocks?
Peacocks.
Anyway.
Peacocks, of course.
Yeah, you have peacocks.
Dude, the peacocks are mean.
So I'm 14 years old showing up at this games, and the guy's just sitting in a chair, very gentlemanly with his little notepad. And I sort of walked up, and I had no idea who I was playing against. I had no idea what age group it was. This was the mid-'90s. And I think a lot of the smaller games over there in Scotland probably still operate like that, and they would probably be more akin to how we run our games here, Well, you have the lower grades.
Strangely enough, he walked up to that stranger, performed. It was the mid-'90s, and that guy was 106 years old, and his name was Bruce Hitchings.
No. At that point, Bruce would have been probably still in the army.
He would have been in the army, yeah.
He was still fighting battles in the army.
He was in fucking-
I'm still completely convinced Bruce is a vampire.
You might be right. That guy.
He looks too good. I don't. He.
Have you seen him lately? He's fit as a fiddle, by the way.
I have
No,
seen
dude,
him. Holy
he-
shit.
He can bench press. He can bench press my car.
That guy lost so much weight. It's insane. Like, holy.
No, he's looking good. I just taught with him at the college. Well, it was the last year of the College of Piping School there at Carlsbad. And
He must be single. That's the only reason he'd be in shape.
Recently divorced Bruce Hitchens. Who knows? I don't actually know.
No, wait, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
Go ahead, Colin. What were you going to tell us about Bruce?
I'm sorry. Babe, the kids can't come inside. Babe! Babe!
Can we turn this into a song where it's like,
Yeah. Babe, the kids can't come inside. Babe, the kids can't come inside. Sounds like a Kiss song.
okay, are we done with San Diego?
Not yet.
Yeah, we
I
can
do
move
want to
on.
point out one thing, Josh. Our
What's
bet from
that?
last week, you did officially lose. Every contest that Seamus was in, Seamus won.
Oh, yeah, I do need to. Yeah, I can add the
Contest?
little.
Okay, so let's talk about this because
Colin knows firsthand. Were you judging that, by the way?
I ended up judging it, yes.
because
Oh,
you
excellent.
lost.
No.
versus
Keep the
Chicago.
topic. Keep the topic on hand. We'll get to that in a second. Let's talk about San Diego first.
Okay, we can talk about San Diego first.
So Colin was judging. What were you judging? Pros?
So, are you talking about like the solos or the open in general?
so
Open solos, I guess. It's
Yeah,
pros,
open
right?
solos. Yes. So, I ended up judging the open MSR actually,
Ooh, that's interesting because I don't see his name on there. I'm curious.
and he wasn't. I don't think he wrote in, but he did enter the light music events.
Right.
I thought
playing
we know
MSR?
I thought
The
for
audience knows who we're
sure-
talking about, right?
I thought for sure. Well, Seamus.
We're talking about Seamus, right?
Okay, yeah, but you
I
guys
thought for
know
sure.
that. But
Because when I originally looked at it on the episode where we talked about this,
I heard you guys talking about it, and you were so close to making a winning bet. Because
I looked at it because I didn't think he was going to compete in anything besides light music.
Listen,
Peter-
you're going to complicate this. All that we said was, let's keep it simple.
You
if
said-
Seamus and
you said
Daryl
that-
were in the same
You
contest,
said that
Seamus is going
Seamus
to
would
win.
always beat Daryl.
As long as they're in the same contest. That's
You're
all I
right.
wanted to say.
And every contest they were both in.
We don't know. Colin's about to tell us.
No, I saw the results.
No, we don't know that Seamus was in
I'm
there.
going to set it
Colin's gonna
straight
tell
for you
us.
guys. You guys are very convoluted. Here's what happened.
Yes. Please
Your
tell.
podcast came out, or sorry, I was listening to the last podcast, I think after it already happened.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was sitting there listening to you two guys go back and forth about who was going to win the open solos.
and you knew.
there was a big debate on whether or not Seamus was going to enter the solos. He's
Right.
playing in the P-Brook, but if he does play in the light music, and this whole thing, right?
Yep.
So I'm sitting here laughing after the fact, having judged it. And Josh was so. I mean, Josh, he almost had you. He was like, and Andy, I have to give you credit. He said, "You got your boy." And that's my boy too, Seamus. He said, I got Seamus no matter who plays. Blah, 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 blah. And then Josh was like so ready to take the other half of the bet. I'm not sure if there was any money on the line or anything.
if we both agree, it's not very interesting radio.
Right.
No, obviously, I get it. So, but I don't think you actually ever maybe
It's
virtually hand shuck on it.
No,
so
we did not.
it turns,
it's just who gets to pick the winner first.
well,
Because we can't.
and as it develops, there was a twist.
Ooh.
There was
What
a
happened?
twist.
What happened?
All the gentlemen came up and played. Seamus decided he was going to play in the light music. Aaron Shaw had to go off and play with the Wicked Tinker, so I ended up judging the MSR. And Seamus played beautifully for about I think he made it to the fourth part of John Morrison of Assenhouse, and his bass drone went out.
Oh.
And I'm sure he's gonna kill me for saying this out here, but he was playing amazing. He was playing amazing, and then his bass drum went out, and I kind of said to myself, like, God, just play the next two parts. I don't think anybody knows your bass drum went out except for me, right?
Right, sure.
And he knew his bass drum went out. He kind of gave me the look, and he stopped and broke down.
Oh, why did he stop?
Therefore,
You had to disqualify him.
yes, he was disqualified.
we
And
can't.
so,
We can't. Yeah, we can air this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why not?
what?
Who gives a shit? Why would we
Oh
not?
my goodness, that's a bummer too. Because
No, it happens at the pro level. This is the point. This is
dude,
important to know.
that's fantastic to know because the thing we always tell people when they play is
Play to the end.
doesn't
Always.
matter.
No
Doesn't matter what
what.
happens.
Finish no matter what.
Always finish the tune. Always.
So, I mean, to be fair to him, he was playing great. I mean, he would have, he definitely was going to win the contest. He
well,
got
yeah.
to the
I mean,
last couple parts, yeah.
nobody's arguing that he's not a brilliant player.
Actually, I'm curious about. Well, okay. So a couple things. Just to clarify, in the other two contests, he won first place in both other contests. I don't see any listing for aggregate pro here, so I don't know what happened there. But
yeah, I don't think they have an aggregate at San Diego. Actually,
oh, okay. But I'm curious. Like, let's
we
say
can talk about why pipe band associations are awful.
Well, that's a whole other fucking thing. So, Colin, I'm curious. If he had finished, what would you have done? Or are you allowed to say? I don't know. But if you don't,
if he had finished,
yeah, if he had finished, even though it was bass drone, what would have happened?
Hey, the wife and kids are not allowed inside the house. I'm not going to say it again. Get him out. Sorry. What was that?
Never mind.
We're going to move on to American pipe bands.
Okay, American pipe bands.
It's fucking interesting.
I think it's super important that people realize that. Yeah, I mean, everybody makes mistakes though, and also, strangely enough, weather, all kinds of conditions can be an issue. You just got to roll with it, but
Absolutely.
always finish playing. Always finish playing the tune. Always.
You never know. I mean, honestly, just from experience, I mean, it's like you really don't know what the other people are doing in a contest. And,
Absolutely, you don't.
You know, I mean, most times, you know, if a bass drum goes out or you screw up a part, chances are you're probably not going to get a prize. But that's what I was always taught when I was younger. Is like, you know, finish all the way to the end. You know, if you don't finish, you know what you're going to get if you don't finish. Right?
This is my theory about women. I always finish, no matter what. I don't know about them, but I always do.
Even after they leave.
No, but actually,
I still remember, like, I won my first grade 3 contest solo when I was just a wee lad. I won it because everybody else fucking quit, and I blew my reel. Like, I was doing Strass Bay reel, fucking fucked up my reel, held high A for a whole measure, then came back in, finished it. I was sitting there, I was like, beep, and then just finished the tune.
Sure.
I got first place. Everybody else fucked up and quit.
hey, points are points.
Hey, you probably felt good about that win too, regardless of
He
how
still
you got
talks about it fucking 17 years later.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I don't care if it's a Pyrrhic victory, motherfucker. It's still a victory.
He's still got a blue ribbon. But hey, actually, I do want to give credit to Colin for one thing. It was probably 5 years ago now. I was in San Diego. I think the band must have been. I don't remember why I was there, but at the Highland Games.
And he helped you with your herpes.
And I just happened to be, because I'm friends with Seamus, so I was hanging out with Seamus, and Colin came over, and they were talking about the solo contests. And Colin said something that still sticks with me all to this day. He said something about...
He said, don't let the damn kids inside.
Are you ready for this, Colin? So, no. Colin is the guy that I first heard this from. And Jack Leah said this since. But he said he was talking about solo contests, and he said something about if only that kid or whoever he was talking about knew how to make a mistake like a professional, everything would have been fine. Like you define the first time of, especially in band playing, like learn to like back off your chanter or to go to high, whatever it is. You know, the
make
whole
mistakes like a pro.
Make mistakes like pro. Like the first time I've ever heard that statement was from Colin Armstrong. Like that it's a trait that musicians need to have, is to like know that it's coming. Jack talks about it. Like,
strangely enough, like make mistakes like a professional was one of the best Colin Armstrong quotes we ever got. I also, one of the first times I ever heard someone ask me, "Does this look swollen to you?"
Oh my god,
that was also Colin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, back in 2004.
He's like, "Does this look like herpes?"
oh my god. No, but it smells big, in the words of our famous...
In the words of Graham
Gundy.
Yes. He is my spirit animal, by the way, after all these years.
He's been our spirit animal for a while.
Why don't you have him on the show?
Oh, we're working on it,
We're talking about it.
He's got sciatica and erectile dysfunction and God knows what else.
Well,
That guy's got a
I'm going to do this show. I'm going to come out and see... I'm going to be out there. I'll come see you guys. I'm going to pick him up. And me and Graham will do it together.
Oh,
dude, we'll do a live show. We'll film it. We'll do the whole fucking thing.
We'll do it. It'll
we'll
be
go
great.
big.
Yeah, dude, I'd love to. We've asked Graham many a time to come on. So we're working.
So
I'll
have we made it past San Diego? I know that
so.
We can get on to the real subject.
Dude, the funny thing to me is that like we've already like just bantered for 40 minutes and I already know that
Sorry.
the fuck note vortex is gonna get all up on us.
No, we've actually talked about piping, so we're okay.
Yeah, we talked about piping.
And we have the pipe major of a real band here.
We can scroll through a lot of this stuff. The Pipe Band Honey's Facebook page is stupid.
fuck all that. We'll get to
Pipe
that
Band
next time.
Facebook, Pipe Band Fashion Facebook page. That's dumb.
Nobody cares.
Blah blah blah.
Ooh,
blah,
we
blah.
haven't mentioned this yet. Ellie Scott's fundraiser.
You know what we should talk about? Is
Hold on. Let's do a plug. Let's do a plug.
Oh, wait.
haven't
Are we
plugged
gonna have like background music for the plug?
I will put it in. I will edit
Am I doing the plug?
I will edit it in later.
Yes, he's gonna edit it in later. Drink, motherfuckers.
Did you guys ring that bell because I just cracked a beer? Or did you bump
No,
the
we
mic?
rang the bell because Andy
Because
said
I
he was
said
gonna edit
I'll edit
something
it
out.
in later. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So the LA Scots are going to the Worlds, and
Yes, sir.
they need your help, people.
Wait, dickhead. We need like some music, and then I'm gonna let me do a proper plug, and then Colin can like cut the audio out and use it for future promotions.
Okay.
I got the best radio voice.
Oh,
I'm going to make
yeah,
so much
I'm
money
sure
on
you
that
do.
GoFundMe after I tell everybody that I was on this podcast.
All six people
I don't
that
even
listen?
know what's going
Wait,
to happen.
is it a GoFund? It's a GoFundMe, right? Like
It's a GoFundMe, yeah, for the band, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
But after being on here, I'm sure we're going to be flying private Learjet over there.
LA Scots the World. Listen, Americans,
Concierge
if you want to
service
support
at the airport.
If you want to support an American band that actually has a chance of winning something, this is your chance. The LA, actually, this is a good point. We've been calling Kloskow all year, but they have not taken into account the fact that the LA Scots are going to the Worlds this year, and they are in grade 2 this year. They're sounding goddamn good.
here's the thing. I don't have the actual link, so we'll just like
Just say LA Scots.
We'll edit that
They'll
in
figure
later.
it out later. No, I'm not editing shit.
All right, so
No, I said I'm not editing. That doesn't count. We'll put it in the link. I'll put a fucking link to their goddamn GoFundMe.
what link are you gonna put in?
I put it. Wait, we just went dead. We just went dead.
No, it's just
Okay.
It's just the broken Zoom.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
No. I'll put it in the
We'll
link.
share
to
it
the
on the
show.
Facebook, so I'm
Yeah,
sure we can take
yeah.
care of
Dude,
it.
that Zoom has been up so many like Dre's dancers' asses.
Listen,
The fact that it still works is amazing. Okay, so give me some. I gotta do some promo
just
music.
do it. I'll put it behind. Just fucking do it,
Fuck,
dude.
all right, ready?
Why are you making my life difficult? This is where Josh goes into his "I'm the best at everything" part thing that he does.
Are you done?
Go ahead.
Hi, and welcome to the Chanter Rant podcast. This episode of the Chanter Rant podcast is brought to you by the Los Angeles Scots Pipe Band. The Los Angeles Scots Pipe Band is a pipe band that's in California, near Los Angeles, and they're going to the Worlds. If you want to see them go to the Worlds, or don't, either way, go fund their GoFundMe at gofundme.com/Los Angeles Pipe Band.
Help them drink a lot at the Worlds.
Help them get rained on like SFU.
Like everybody from the North America.
Did we lose Colin?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just letting you finish your ad.
He's like, I'm letting you do the bit.
It'll be the one thing that like somebody from my band grabs, and then I'll be on there making a freaking wisecrack.
Dude, you have remarkable timing. I like how you're so.
I know
like,
when
good
to
at
hold.
this.
I know
You're
when
so
to
good at
freaking hold. I know when to hang out. Boys. It's called timing.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again as a rap with. I'm gonna beatbox and Colin can rap over me.
But
What am I
there's gonna be
rapping about?
delay.
You're gonna rap about the GoFundMe.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. LA Scots are going to the Worlds this year. Yeah, what's up? Costs a lot of paper. Costs a lot of paper to get over there. So we need your money. Lots of paper. So go fund the LA Scots all the way. I'm like a DJ Khaled kind of version of it.
I didn't realize that was your vision.
Well, my vision was to just hype up whoever the rapper was because I don't want to do that much work.
Oh my god. Okay. We're gonna.
Isn't it like we could do like 7 of those?
Just
would be
just
great.
for safety. Yeah, just for safety.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Just
we're
for
gonna,
safety.
We're gonna switch it up. Colin, I'm gonna have you beatbox, and I'll try to rap over you.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Gotcha.
How's my bottom end?
Oh, it's very deep. It's very thick.
So deep.
Thick.
Here we go. Here we go.
So
Ready?
girthy. Oh yeah, I got my boy Colin. He's calling in just to let you know Los Angeles is for the win. They're going to the Worlds. You better fucking donate, otherwise you're gonna get your nuts straight.
like it. That was a good one. I like that one. That was a good one.
This is literally how records are made these days, I think.
Oh, yeah, but they
Dude,
talk much faster.
You would know better than me, man. Like,
I think we could drop this into GarageBand and just have a hit on it. If you give me one more pass at that hype part at the front,
Dude,
we're hashtag this and hashtag that.
I'm going to put a call out to Fast Eddie to do a goddamn LA Scots rap for the world's American bands, motherfuckers. Are you familiar with Fast Eddie? Have you heard enough of the shows to know who that guy is yet?
Fast Eddie? I don't think so.
Oh my God.
I bet
will.
Nobody wants to know about Fast Eddie.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Dude, the funniest, okay, strangely enough, we're only like 40 minutes in, and we're
That's right. This one's going long, apparently.
2 lines down on our notes.
We actually got to get into the topic. Have we even hit the topic yet?
The topic is
Colin's going to tell us why American pipe bands are superior to everybody else in the world.
yes.
Oh,
Go ahead, Colin. Go.
that's going to be tough.
Apparently, and I've been told by
who's that broad that does those news conferences for Trump, the brunette. I might need her.
Huckabee
Sanders.
All right, hang on. I'm
Listen,
calling her. I'm calling her right now.
We didn't say that.
We need the spin zone is what we need.
I might need her.
Dude,
But anyway, that's the
strangely
topic.
enough, I think that was like the first episode where I said that all
It
American
was the
pipe
very
bands
first
suck.
episode. That's exactly what we said.
I think
So,
I
Colin,
might have taken umbrage with that.
were you-
Therefore listened.
I'm curious if you were upset with Josh's statement that all North American pipe bands suck. Jack was definitely upset with that.
Good. He should be.
Honestly, I hear that like on a daily basis, so that's fine. But I actually took more umbrage, and now I'm going to throw you guys back one here
Ooh.
because I'm
Now
one of
we're
the
going.
six. Because
I
I'm
like
one
it.
of the six,
I
and
like
I'm going to go deep here.
That's what
I
she
think
said.
you might have maybe or maybe not ran a games out there in the city that won't be named, but the band that won't be named,
Correct.
whatever.
Yep.
And we had
I'm aware of the potential event to which you are referring.
okay, all right, okay, and it was judged by members of the LA Scots organization.
Ooh.
Was it not?
Yes. Oh, you're talking about that. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Wait, which one?
Like years ago. He's referring to something I said probably about something that happened years ago, I think.
Oh, okay, Colin, lay it on me. Give it.
All right, here it is, bro. Here it is, right?
Go.
So you said, "Oh, so convenient that the grade 3 band of the LA Scots wins the pipe band contest when all the judges are wearing LA Scots kilts."
That is correct. I did
I
say
think that might be. I don't
grade 4, but yes,
I was
you're correct.
I was
That
paraphrasing.
That was an Andrew Fuskin.
That was me. I do remember this.
Well,
Go
I
ahead.
don't know. I think you were both involved.
Yeah. Oh, I blame Josh. That's absolutely.
Wait, what the fuck? You blame me? I didn't say shit.
No, it was all me. Go
Oh.
ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
I don't think I don't even remember exactly who was judging that contest, but
It wasn't
They
you.
were all. No, it wasn't me.
Oh, let's say I know who it was.
I was probably tuning the band, but like the people that were in our band at the time were credited judges. I think probably from maybe other organizations or whatever, and
Sure.
they called it like they saw it. Judges really do. I think call it like they see it most of the time.
I don't disagree with that.
To the Chanter Rant,
to all 6 of our audience.
it's not as corrupt as you think it is. I really don't think.
I can say from a completely different perspective, as a person that is not affiliated with anything ever in the history of time.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Yeah, that's super convenient.
Okay.
What I
Go
will
ahead.
say is we have tried to maybe not have people wear their if they're going to judge
Yeah.
a
No, I
competing
agree.
band, not
I agree.
wear their same.
I know, but isn't that just sort of like a?
I mean, it's a Band-Aid on a bullet wound,
Okay,
but it's okay.
So
Like,
let me
it's better than
let me
nothing.
describe my actual opposition to this. It's not the fact that they won. I don't disbelieve the judges were making an honest call. I
Right.
by no means think that at all.
Right.
However, the fact that the games that year was run by an LA Scot, your uncle,
Yeah.
and that all the
He's-
judges happened
yeah.
to be LA Scots, it just doesn't look right. Like it shouldn't. I just don't think
Right.
that should happen.
but
Like,
it was cheaper for y'all.
well because okay.
And when it comes to economics, a pipe band contest has to run, and nobody's
Yeah, but-
really nobody's
Well,
really
Josh
getting
cares
paid.
about that.
I'm about
but
to say,
I don't
I-
care about that.
It had
I have nothing to do with the
it
games.
had
I could
no
care
effect
less.
on Fusco whatsoever.
Yeah.
I can say that as far as whether or not it was cheaper, we can look at the past like 4 years and whether or not there's been an invite and figure out.
Oh, right. Right. Well, that's fair. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think
But
that the
then
main point is that anytime anybody's out there, I think basically the point I was going to make without stirring up too big of a stew here. But I think
that's what we do. We stir up stew, man.
Well, I was trying to give you guys something to go on, But
Yeah.
I think most of the time, honestly, when you're out there judging, you're just judging what you're hearing and what you're doing, and it's a pipe band contest in the middle of a desert with peacocks, and you want to go probably back to the.
Brother, you are always welcome to stir stew.
You can stir my stew anytime, Colin.
It's interesting because it's so funny. This has nothing to do with what we are kind of planning for the show, but I've had
America, fuck yeah.
Well, America, fuck yeah. I've had conversations with other people that are involved in like running these kinds of events, and the funniest thing to me is like at the end of the day, no matter what, the piping and drumming contest is always a negative on the balance sheet. Always.
Definitely.
There's nothing to be done there.
Well, when it comes to the games at large, you definitely.
I had this conversation. I had this conversation with a certain Canadian piper that plays with a really good Canadian band that can't name based on.
That's all right.
But he's like, why don't we have like more grade ones? Why don't we have all this stuff down here? And it's like, well, we will as soon as the books balance. As soon as the books balance, we can have.
You fucked it up,
son of a bitch! You lured me into it.
I did.
But like for me, as a younger person, coming in trying to get these events to work.
Yeah, well, I think you see it from a standpoint of, well, not only where you live and knowing like entertainment, I mean, for better or worse, you guys know, like, the entertainment business. You live in one of the capitals of entertainment in the world,
Well, and it's so funny.
You can kind of make sense of, am I going to pay for that or am I not going to pay for that?
We are a nonprofit in the truest fucking sense of the word.
No, I know. No, well, pipe bands in general are, right?
Granted, I told that same Canadian that as soon as I get like a big budget sponsor, I'm going to have a fucking grade one contest. It's going to be.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's on the sponsors. I think it's on the pipe bands. And going forward, I mean, it's only going to probably, we're going to have to definitely reinvent what the pipe bands are at these events to keep them.
I want it to be like the fucking.
To bring eyeballs to it.
I want it to be like the West Coast Championships in fucking Las Vegas. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, but does the average public care?
Wasn't that close to
there was
happening?
You're right, Colin. There was a thing.
There was the tattoo.
There was.
Which
failed miserably.
Yeah, but I think that
failed miserably and stole a lot of shit from people.
Well, I think I think if I remember correctly, and I don't even know exactly how long ago, I think that the tattoo was also part and parcel of a pipe band competition that maybe didn't end up happening.
Correct.
Where they were planning on having bands from all around the world come to Vegas.
That's
right?
correct. Yep.
I think that was the plan. It was, right?
Yep.
That was the plan.
It was a great idea. I don't think all these ideas are great. I mean, I would think it's still a great idea. It's just you got to see it. Somebody's got to see it through.
Well, and that was the plan. I don't think I can actually talk about the actuality on air of what happened.
Well, you weren't involved at the time.
You probably don't want to.
No, but I know exactly.
Wow. Okay, we don't need to fucking. We don't need to get any more in trouble than we're already in.
Yeah, we're already always in trouble.
Colin's a cunt. This is my best option right now, Colin. Is to call you a cunt.
They actually just did come inside. They just walked by me. They're like, and I was doing the shush sign.
They're like,
because if I would have actually yelled at them while they were running by, it would have been really awkward.
So, now that we're diverting, Colin, do you listen to any other like podcasts that you like? Any other like bagpiping related podcasts?
Not necessarily bagpiping ones, but the reason that you guys popped up on my thing is because I do listen to a couple of, like I have a lot of drive time. So I put up the podcast, and then I saw you had one, and I kind of ran out for the week with the ones I listened to, and I put you guys on. I said, well, why not? And so
that's usually how we start. Why not?
It's a terrible decision.
No, it was great, and you guys talked shit about me in the first 20 minutes. It was amazing. I couldn't put it down.
So talking about podcasts.
I actually
okay.
have lots. Why do we care about podcasts? I have questions. I have actual real questions.
Okay, we can get to those for sure. The only thing for me is I want to give a shout out to some of our brummies. Anyway, mad love to the Grace Note Vortex guys, to the Big Rab Show. It turns out we're doing the Big Grace Note Rant, I think is
That's
what we're
correct.
calling
That's
it.
what it's called.
And that'll be on our channel first, hopefully.
It'll be
and
the week of Piping
it'll be
Live, so early August.
right before
Are you guys
Worlds.
doing like the trinity of piping podcasts?
We
So
are.
it's gonna
What's going on?
be us, Big Rab, and the Grace Note Vortex guys on one
All at the
show.
same time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
It'll be a bunch of jackasses talking over each other.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob really needs to cheer up. I mean, he sounds he just sounds really deflated with his life, and he just doesn't sound like he's really, passionate about anything.
He
Dude,
needs
you're
a
gonna
little
crush
bit of
him
love.
right now. You have no
So,
idea.
Rob,
Like,
Rob, just give me a call, man. I can. Rob, if you need to cheer up, I got sunshine out here. You can come out, get you set up for
Soak
7
up some
days.
vitamin D.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you can go back to just being, not so down and downtrodden. No, amazing, Big Rob, dude. Guy's great.
Yeah. No,
All the
he does a good job.
all the live feeds and all the
Big Rob is awesome.
We love
dude.
Big Rob.
How's he doing all that? By the way,
He's got helpers. He's got the Grace Note Vortex guys actually help him
I can't
out
stop
when he's
laughing at
in
Big Rob.
Scotland.
do they?
Yeah,
They
Steven
must
and
have
Stu
big
help
time
him.
sponsorship out there.
The
Josh.
Big Rob show.
Well, Rob and Rab is the same thing. Did you
Oh,
not
sorry,
know that,
Big
Josh?
Rab. Big Rab show.
Rab is a nickname for Rob out there. So Josh is laughing, but he doesn't realize.
Well, Josh says it very Rab, like very like
Rab.
Rab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I asked him, I was like, "Hey, what's your name?" He's like, "My name's Rab."
His name is Robert, though. His real name is Robert.
Rob, Rab. Everybody's
slave
Rob,
name.
Rab over there.
Slave name.
A slave name. Oh my dear.
All right, so can we actually talk to Colin about real shit yet, or what?
Have we not been doing that? What?
No, I want to know about fucking. I have questions about the LA Scots.
Ask questions, bro.
All right, so
let it
let's-
fly, boys.
I'm sorry, brew.
What was Colin? You're in. What's the name of you? Okay, so you play pipes. You're also a guitar player, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's a guitar player / singer.
Singer as well. Yeah, absolutely. So, do you play bass?
Right. I
no.
somewhere have a Colin Armstrong album.
Where he's on bass?
No, like
you
it's a
probably
CD.
do.
It's,
No, I
it's an
didn't.
actual CD. I remember I have
The
it.
one with the bag on the front, swinging the bag.
I don't know. I just remember there was a lot of eyeliner.
Yeah. There wasn't any eyeliner actually on the record.
You want to plug your band?
It was not a bad CD. It was a pretty good CD.
No, I dabbled in the eyeliner when I was in my 20s, but kind of went away from it. The boys from Vegas beat me to it.
I'm sorry. What's the name of your band? You play in a rock band?
Oh,
correct?
the current sort of project.
yeah, the project you're on. now.
Yeah, so it's the Cold Waters. On Instagram, it's the real Cold Waters, and I
Or as we call it in the United States, the Nickel Waters
fair enough.
Wait, is
or
that
Coldback.
is that wait? Why did we call
No,
it that?
I just fucking.
Is that-
I'm just thinking of
Was that a bit? Was that a bit? I
Nickelback.
wasn't-
I'm comparing him to Nickelback. See,
no,
you see the,
no.
you see the-
Nickelback makes way more money.
Fair enough.
We're just fucking with you.
You know that dude has an ice rink in his backyard, right?
Dude, that guy's fucking rich beyond belief.
Well,
for the worst
I mean,
music on the planet.
Is that where you guys got the name? He has an ice rink. in his
And by the way, it is
backyard.
Canada.
It's cold water.
Hey, by the way, it is Canada Day, so big
It
ups
is.
to the boy from Nickelback who's got an ice rink in his backyard.
Also,
winning.
big ups to
What a champion.
Canadians overall. Thank you for being more social and nice
than the rest of us down here.
and pretty good at pipes.
I'm pretty good at pipes. Yeah. So anyway, sorry.
I don't like piling on the guy from Nickelback. It's
It's too easy.
Dude.
It's too easy.
Well, dude,
Comedy's too easy.
we'll
low
have
hanging
him.
fruit.
We'll have him on the show next week. It'll be fun.
All right, I'll bet you that. I'll bet you. You get him on the show next week, and I'll eat my hat.
I guarantee that guy does not turn down an interview for any reason whatsoever.
No, he's too busy freaking practicing, teaching his kids how to play hockey in his backyard.
He would take an interview from anyone, including the world's worst background.
I'm not sure if I should go out in the backyard, or it's more like I'm not sure if I should go out in the backyard and skate in my ice rink, or go hang out with Avril Lavigne.
A.
Hey. Yeah, that guy's winning. That guy takes a lot of heat. Jeez.
Absolutely. No, yeah. So
How do we get on Nickelback? What's
no
going on,
idea.
boys?
I have
Come
no
on.
idea.
That guy's-
Steer the ship back.
That guy's
So-
fucked Avril Lavigne more times than record contracts.
Fair enough.
all right, so Colin, so this is interesting. So your band, who was formerly the premier, probably still the premier
Oh,
pipe
wow.
band in Las Vegas.
Damn it.
Shots fired.
Yes.
Sorry, hold on, we got a drink for a
Yeah, I
second.
hit my mic stand.
Yes, sir.
You and I both know Ken Mish quite well, and Ken does talk everybody up quite a bit. So you
With
are
the names, you dummy.
Who gives a fuck, dude? You can name names. Who gives a fuck?
Just bleep bleep. Wait, are you going to edit this out?
No, I'm not. So anyway, the premier pipe band in North America, or in the United States, right?
From
you went-
Nickelback to the
West-
premier pipe band in the United States.
You guys this
Well,
year.
LA
Will you let me
Scots-
fucking finish?
LA
Shut up,
Scots is
Josh.
like they're like the Nickelback of West Coast pipe bands.
That's
Oh,
shots fired.
that
I like
hurts.
it. That's
That
strong.
hurts. That
That's
hurts.
pretty strong, Josh.
wow.
That's strong.
I say that with love.
Oh, that's fucking funny. All right, so you guys recently chose to go from grade 1 to grade 2.
sir.
I assume it was your choice, right, to go down?
No, it actually was our choice. We actually asked the association to downgrade us so that we could, better sort of. Basically, what it is we have a lot of young people that we're teaching, and the bridge between sort of like right now we have currently in the LA Scots organization we have a grade 4 and we have a grade 1 or a grade 1 up until last year, now grade 2, and we've always had a lot of sort of out of town players play in the band, and God love them, they all we kept that standard going for so long, and they were they've been in the band for years and it was great, everything was awesome. And at some point, things sort of turned a different way, and we have a bunch of young kids that sort of I'm teaching, and the organization has all this young talent, and it's sort of a teaching program. And I just thought to myself, like, the jump between 4 and 1 is so huge. Like, I just don't know how to make that jump, for these people. You know what I'm saying? And I think 2. Right now on the West Coast, the grade 2 scene is really, really strong.
Right.
And not just in the West Coast, but even in North America. There's great bands in Canada. And
it's growing a lot.
yeah, and it's growing. And I think that, at some point, and I think it was really just a realization that, I had and a lot of the guys in the band had, it was like, look, we want this thing to continue to, you want to keep this thing going past yourself.
Right.
And it's been going since the 60s with, my grandfather, my uncle, myself. And how do we keep this thing going past me and, and my kids are almost getting old enough to play. So I just wanted to create an environment where the young kids that I was teaching and the people that were around, around the games would actually see us compete. So it was about being able to go back and play our local games. Like Costa Mesa, which is a great games if you've never been, if you're listening from around the world, the Pleasanton games, the Sacramento games, all these places, these are great games, these are great contests that when I was a kid, I went to and I competed. Right. And when the band was in grade 2 back in the mid 90s, this is how I learned how to do what I do now, so it's like, if I don't create that sort of, environment for the next generation, then, well, what is it? Like, nobody even knows we exist. We just fly over to Scotland and play at the Worlds once a year, right?
Right.
So this was kind of the whole motivation behind it. It was it was sort of like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get to compete more. We're going to get to participate in our local games or West Coast games, American games, and that's kind of what that's kind of what the whole move was for, is to sort of be able to create sort of the next generation and give them an opportunity to compete at a high level, and it not be this crazy sort of jump all the way to grade 1.
Sure.
Well, like, honestly, I can say I was stoked when I heard about it.
I was. Something's coming.
No, I was like, no, I'm not even being a dick.
Sorry, I just ducked. I was waiting for the.
He's got a twinkle in his-
sucker punch.
Like, I was stoked because for me, like, I remember when I was starting off in the scene, like that was like the LA Scots were this thing.
They were absolutely.
They were this thing you aspire to as a player, and I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. And then now there's now there's this weird mix because like I'm involved in the pipe band scene, but I'm also involved as an event organizer. And for me, I get bummed out when I don't see bands being able to like show up and play.
Right.
No, I think
that's the thing I want. The thing I want more than anything is like I don't give a shit. You can be whatever grade you want. I don't care.
Right.
I just want to see the performance. I want to see that.
And I think that for all those years, I mean, there was a good bit of years where, the grade 1 band as it was only competing maybe 2 times a year officially, and we would show up at the games, and
I still remember I would watch that band play. I would watch you guys your grade 1 play with the Marine Corps aircraft band.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Like
that's what
I saw you guys were going to be booked. I would go and watch that because it was awesome. It was great.
So a lot of times that's just what we ended up, we would show up at the games to, support the games, and we'd play with the Marines, or we would, sometimes Kevin McIntyre in our band's a great singer. I go up and hack through an acoustic guitar so he can sing.
I distinctly remember you hacking through Flowers of the Forest?
Flower of Scotland.
Probably not Flowers of the Forest, because I think Flowers of the Forest sucks, by the way.
Oh, no, you're going to get angry emails.
Oh, no. Here come the emails.
Flowers of the Forest, as far as a tune that you play at a funeral, is so overrated and it sucks. I would rather play anything else other than that, but that's a sidebar. But I've never even learned it. That's how bad I think it is. No, I mean, we would go to these games, and I'd see these young kids that I would teach, and I know they probably want to go like, well, why are you guys why aren't you competing? They don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they don't realize that there's nobody to compete against. They don't realize that there's and I realized that the culture that I grew up in was that's where the competition part of it really does foster a whole lot of really good, people can say what they want about competition, but it really does sort of make the music better. It makes it, it makes people work harder, all that stuff. And I grew up right in the middle of it in the middle 90s with, Prince Charles was really great in the mid 90s. LAPD was amazing with like Eric Rigler. I mean,
right, yeah.
It was like, dude, we're going to go to Costa Mesa and we're going to have our hands full. We got to play. And I was like 15, just hoping not to let anybody down,
right.
Would you be willing to say on record that American pipe bands need to step up?
Honestly, I think American pipe bands are really just they're doing what I'm not going to speak for American pipe bands. Actually, I'm going to just speak for us because I'll speak for West Coast pipe bands though, and I think that there's a very healthy scene on the West Coast, and we have some amazing games where people want to attend. You've got the Queen Mary Games, which is an amazing venue where people want to come. People from around the world, and Canada, right? You have the Costa Mesa Games, which is awesome, and you have the Sacramento Games, which is an amazing venue. You have the Pleasanton Games, which is amazing. I mean, these are games that we used. I mean, when I was a kid, I was like, "Oh my God, when's Pleasanton? I can't wait to go."
Las Vegas Games.
Oh, Las Vegas Games. I wasn't sure if I should talk about the Las Vegas Games. We used to come every year, by the way.
Yeah, I'm working, bro. I'm working.
We're ready to come back.
Let me ask you this.
Sorry
Colin.
that I omitted your Vegas game. That was I kind of blew it on that.
Let me ask you this: you as the pipe major of a grade, who was the pipe major of a grade 1 band, tell me about the human aspect of making that choice to go down. Like, what does that do to the ego there? Like, was that hard for you to make that decision from becoming a grade 1 pipe major to a grade 2 pipe major, or do you not care? Does it not matter to you?
I think after a certain amount of years of being in a pipe band, you realize that definitely playing on any team is never about the person running it, and it's never about you. It's always about the team. And It really is. I mean, I know that sounds like super cliche and whatever, but it is so not about me. It never has been about me. And it really, I mean, that's a true statement. I mean, it really is not about me. It's about the organization being bigger than any of the people that are in it and keeping it going, moving forward. And that's really, it's like if we would have stayed in grade 1, I don't know. I mean, I think it's really hard. It's a really hard sell for the bands that are on the bottom end of that grade to your members, and to get sort of people motivated about it. It's like, we went over and we didn't qualify, and I think the best sort of perspective that I ever got on it was when I would talk to my non-pipe band friends. Josh, you have non-pipe band friends, right?
I do. I just have a couple.
Okay, so when you have non-pipe band friends, they go, "So what did you get?" And this is over the past course of the years of not qualifying in grade 1. Okay, so you went all the way to Scotland, and you weren't even in the actual worlds.
That's actually very close to my last experience when I went all the way to Scotland. And
right. So I mean, when you talk to people that don't have any sort of skin in the game, and you kind of talk about it, it's like, so you went all the way over. You're playing against so bands, and the day of the Worlds, you weren't actually in the Worlds. So what did you get? And you sort of come up with some weird number. I got, I don't know, 14th, 15th. I don't even know what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So after so many years of doing that, I think you have to look yourself in the mirror. You look yourself in the mirror and go, look, this isn't about anything. This is just about what are we doing here? And how are we gonna,
when I went to the Worlds, I thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm ashamed to say this, by the way, but I thoroughly enjoyed being bottom of the barrel. I mean, we got.
How many times have you been to the Worlds though?
Just the once.
Right. And it was an amazing experience, right?
For me, I just took everything in. I mean, it blew my mind. Growing up here, doing piping here, that was such a different experience to me. And I was so excited just to be a part of it. Just to be asked to play was awesome for me.
Right. Yeah, it is an amazing event. I mean,
we ended up bottom of the barrel every time.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your point?
Honestly, I don't know.
So what was your...
I was a tourist. I was there happily.
Right. But I think after a while, I mean, if you've gone enough times and, you're trying to, you're raising money and you're trying to motivate people and you're trying to go over there and do something special, and, it's a lot to ask. I mean, it's easy to say it when you've gone over 20 times, but really that next time, I mean, you're always going to have like 3 or 4 people that maybe have never gone. I mean, we're getting ready to go in grade 2, and there's 3 or 4 people that have never gone there.
Sure. Yeah.
Speaking of which, as it turns out, the Los Angeles Scots have a fundraiser. They have a GoFundMe that you can actually help fund their trip to the Worlds.
America, fuck yeah.
America, fuck yeah.
These guys might have a shot. Is Carl Lenny leading the drum corps?
All I want is for them to beat Kloskelt.
That's my point. But is Carl Lenny leading the drum corps? Colin?
Hey, babe! The kids can't come inside right now.
All right, so
hey!
But you definitely have.
I've said it 4 times.
But you got somebody leading the drum corps, right? So do you guys have a shot at beating Kloskelt? I'm just curious.
No, so Carl Lenny is definitely the drum sergeant of our band. It's great to have Carl back. Me and Carl go way back. So I remember back in maybe 2000, the last year that I wasn't the pipe major yet. I was just playing in the band, but me and Carl go way back to when he first moved over, 1998.
Right, winning first place in grade 2. Isn't that why you guys went to grade 1?
Yeah, so we won the grade 2 Worlds in 1997, and then in 1998, Carl Lenny moved over, and I think he was here until about 2003. And so me and Carl were, great friends at that time, and then he moved back to Scotland, and now he's back, and we have a great relationship, and we're super excited about this trip, super excited, to go over and feel like we're playing, like we're in the mix, it's going to be fun. We'll see what happens, No,
it's going to be awesome. I'm very curious because now that you guys are in grade 2, it actually mixes things up for sure once the Worlds comes around.
Is now a bad time to tell you guys that I didn't hit record?
Fuck, we gotta start over?
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
No, honestly, like I said, I love the fact that you guys are in grade 2, and we need to plug even more. Go on GoFundMe, check out the LA Scots.
Yeah, just check us out. We got the Instagrams.
Send them to the world.
The Facebooks.
Send them to the worlds, because
Somebody's got to be Glasgow.
Somebody's got to beat them.
Our friend Adele.
Yeah.
And it has to be said, seeing as this is the American podcast, there's going to be at least, I think, 2 other really great grade 2 bands. The Dunedin band from Florida is going.
They're so good.
They're amazing.
Fucking great. In New York Metro, or what, who else?
And then you've got the St. Thomas band from Texas.
Fuck.
And then you guys were talking about it last week, that Worcester Kilties. I'm not sure if they're going to the Worlds or not.
Worcester Kilties.
I haven't heard
they're awesome. So we have a really great contingent of grade 2 bands going over to compete, and it's going to be pretty exciting Worlds. I think.
If nothing else, America, fuck yeah, let's take grade 2.
Let's just do it, man. One of you 4 motherfuckers got to do this.
Let's take grade 2, and you just when you do center bands at the Worlds, just walk down with an American flag.
Be like,
be like Andy. Be like Foucault with his fucking flask.
Yeah, just
I
stick
think
the flask.
I've seen bands do that before, and it's like so uncomfortable. It's like,
it's super embarrassing, but it was so funny.
America, fuck
so it's like, I mean, dude, I love my country, but oh my god, pulling the flags out at mass bands is just like that's a freaking. You have to have gigantic balls to do that.
It's a little douchey. Yeah.
I can't even fit them in my kilt.
Awesome.
All right. Well, now seems as good a time as any to
call it.
To end the show. I mean, we're only like 2.5 hours in. That's less than that, but
apparently we're going to break this in 2 episodes. Apparently, I got a lot of editing to do.
I just want to say thank you to everybody that's listening. Thank you for the listeners of the Chanter Rant podcast. If you are one of the 6, please let us know. Follow us on any kind of the social media channels, Instagrams, MySpace, Andy's Tinder, whatever the fuck you got.
Let's remind them to go to chanterrant.com and buy a fucking shirt.
Actually, this episode brought to you by chanterrant.com, where you can buy all your fucking Chanter Rant merch that you jackasses have been asking me.
Apparently, we need to come up with a Colin Armstrong shirt. We need to figure that out.
We'll do Team Colin. Colin's Corner.
Send me some of that merch. I'll wear it over there in Glasgow for the week.
I'm thinking Colin's Corner would be a good one.
I like it.
Ooh.
Cahill, you're fired.
Yeah, we can. I mean, we've already heard Cahill's Corner, but we could fire him and just have Colin's Corner.
Have we worked out how are you guys going to PayPal me for this or Venmo? I can't. I don't. We never worked it out.
It's going to be.
We're not supposed to talk about that on
a
strange
person is going to walk up to you on the street with a with a little bag full of $1 bills.
No. Send over the merch. I will. Maybe I'll sport it. I'll sport it out there in Glasgow and get some.
That would be amazing.
I'm just going to send him a Team Josh shirt.
Oh, fuck you! I'll send him my Team Andy.
Team Josh.
But yeah, big thanks to our good friend and mentor, Colin Armstrong, who endorses all opinions that have ever been said on the Chanter Rant podcast.
He agrees with us 100%.
Not.
No matter what we've said, he agrees.
Hey, man! The kids cannot come inside. I said it once. If I have said it once, I've said it 1,000,000 times. They can't come inside.
But hey, I gotta thank you for calling in, brother, and we'll talk to you soon, right? I'm gonna see you.
Yeah, no. Hey, guys, anytime. It was awesome. I'll be talking to you guys soon, and yay, America. Happy 4th of July. Happy Canada Day, everybody.
Fuck yeah. Rock and roll.
Liberty. Fuck yeah. White slips. Fuck yeah. The Alamo. Fuck yeah. Band-Aids. Fuck yeah. Las Vegas. Fuck yeah. Christmas. Fuck yeah. Immigrants. Fuck yeah. Popeye. Fuck yeah. Democrats. Fuck yeah. Republicans. Sportsmanship. Books.
Let's introduce Colin as if we're coming back with a guest, but then we're going to talk about results because then he can comment on
Actually, I think we should just do it normally and have him on the line because his commentary is going to be great.
From scratch, right from the beginning?
From scratch. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely
okay with
from
that.
scratch.
He's just not going to be able to hear.
Well, he won't be able to hear clips. So,
right.
Are you playing clips of the bands from yesterday?
No. We're just the only things I have are.
What clips do you have?
I have Cahill's Corner, and I have the Fast Eddie Rap. If we want to talk about it.
Well, let's do that last then. Yeah, let's go straight into like after. So let's start from. Do you know what I'm pissed off about?
Okay.
Yeah, let's get there. And whose turn is it? Is it my turn or your turn?
That's like your standard open, right? Every time?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm basically I'm going to be straight in from the top.
You're going to be silent until we say your name.
And I'll tell you what, it's almost like we know what the fuck we're doing sometimes. Almost.
I got you.
It's never.
I got you.
It's never quite like we know what the fuck we're doing.
We don't want people to think.
I just need a little bit of context. I just.
Sorry,
I am one of the six. I didn't say that out loud, did I?